Hey guys, so I'm back. I got an LB 600 empty heart ultra relic stones, as you can see. I found them all last week. Jesus Christ. It's a lot looking at it now. I should have recorded this video sooner, but I was feeling lazy. So here I am, finally recording the video, not procrastinating. So let's start. I'm currently starting at 211, passive level 58. And while I'm limit breaking, I'm gonna be talking about why I don't think you should pull for Emperor and why you should, right? So Emperor is a very good unit. He's basically giving you, I don't remember how the exact amount, but basically he gives you Juno levels of uh arts, and he's also giving you enough damage. It's around 66k worth of damage. He also has human killer, god killer, demon killer, based on the position of him. And he also has three true weapons, which both are very strong. The support EQ coming from the top of my head is, if I'm not mistaken, it's basically 30 arts, and the fizz is fizz down. The magic I forgot, but basically Emperor is basically the next Juno, but combined with Vox because his NA allows you to gain status up, which is important in uh levels like the Dungeon of Trials. So you need the healing, you need the arts up, you have Emperor to do that. So Emperor is a very good and solid unit by himself, and he also has multiple, oh my god, I fell. He also has multiple methods of playing, whether he needs to support or whether he needs to art gen, he can do both. He's basically Juno and Vox combined, and he's basically the combination of them. And in my opinion, Emperor is a very strong unit. But why do I think you don't have to pull for Emperor? Or why do you not have to pity him? Because if, for example, in my situation, where I already have Juno and Vox, you don't need him. Emperor is good, but you don't need him. You want him, right? So just because you don't have Emperor doesn't mean that it's gonna be the end of the game for you. Nor do you have to pity him. Emperor is a very good unit, don't get me wrong. He can do a lot of damage, but Juno almost matches him in terms of the damage. Emperor does not give crit if I'm not mistaken. Right? Like Emperor doesn't give crit. Vox does. They are still distinctively, Juno and Vox still distinctively do their own job quite well. Yeah. And Emperor isn't a direct combination of the both of them. They don't Emperor doesn't deal uh so much damage as in how levels of damage or anything. Emperor doesn't exactly heal like hard levels of healing. Don't get me wrong though, Emperor has 555 slots, which is really good in a game like GS where equipment matters. So Emperor is very strong, but if you don't get him, you don't need to be upset about it. That's my point. That's the topic of Emperor that I wanted to talk about today because Emperor is like releasing tomorrow. But if I had to talk about something else, it's probably Super Awakening. Personally, I've been seeing a lot of people commenting about how they think the game is going to die real soon because JP has come up with 6 stars, and with the release of War Godfen and Kirisame, if that's his name, they think that he's gonna break the game because like he's like nuking Chloe and shit like that. But I think yes, the game isn't looking too good right now if they keep it up at this pace because right now all the levels are too easy in a sense. So the Summoner's Road, which you use to upgrade your 6 star EQs, if I'm not wrong, or units, you I'm not sure how difficult they are, but you need to come up with more difficult levels for the unit when you actually hit the 6 star because getting to 6 star is easy or difficult, it's up to you, right? It's subjective. But once you actually get there, levels need to be as difficult for a 6 star worthy difficulty. You know what I'm saying? So for us awakened units, 5 stars right now, right? We deal with like 10 to 14 stars, if I'm not wrong. I don't know, I'm just pulling out bullshit numbers from my head, right? But basically what I'm trying to say is, if you want to pull out 6-star Awakening, you need to pull out difficulties of like 17 stars. Like say for example, um 17 stars. Because I don't really have an example. I'm just churning out bullshit from the top of my head. Because you have to understand that to make sure that 6 stars don't feel unbalanced, you need to pull out a level that is equal difficulty to the unit that you can get. For example, why is it that when, for example, Shaman King reruns or when they were released last year, why didn't Hal break the game? Because even though he did 70k, which was a lot, ignoring the fact that other people did like 120k, like Saitama, right? But Hal was literally the attacker because he had 5 slots, 5 slots. He had 7 art gen per second if you were above 70%, which is very easy to do with Heart. Hal also reduces magic res so he can be paired with say Juno or any other magic buffer like Melty. So why didn't Hal break the game? Hal didn't break the game because he wasn't enough single-handedly to go and destroy every single level by itself. Now what JP should have done is they should have released more difficult levels that were way more difficult so that, oh, that's a +7. They should have released more difficult levels to accompany more difficult releases. Say for example what we're doing in global right now. We released Floor 31 and Floor 31 is super difficult. But what could have happened is how do I say this? Emperor is basically hyped up for Floor 31 because like with the release of Floor 31 they're trying to persuade other people like, hey, Floor 31 is difficult, right? Now you know how difficult 31 is. What about 32 and 33 coming up real soon? To do that, you need to beat to beat those floors, you need Emperor. So with that slow progression, you get to persuade the guys at JP that hey, you actually need this new 6-star awakening, super awakening of War God Fan Kirisame. You need these. But if say War God Fan is like just one-shotting everything which is currently available in the game, like say Chloe, right? Then what's the point of playing Chloe? What's the point of me farming Chloe right now in global? What's the point of me farming say Virago or whatever? What's the point, right? So I feel like they released it too fast. But the one way they can salvage it is they could release harder levels faster. And I'd like to think that they already have these in the works, but I would hope that they pull it out faster. At the same pace that they release new 6-star characters, so too must they release new, more difficult, uh, the next level of Specs Hyper, whatever that is, right? Like Specs Ultra or whatever. So think about it. Every release of a crossover, you get a Specs Hyper or a Specs, and it gets so fucking boring, right? So boring because it's too easy, or so easy because it's too easy to clear. You're literally just using it. No one wants to play Specs, right? To accompany a Specs Hyper for the general population of the game, right? You need to make it such that everyone is feeling Specs Hyper is difficult. That's why the crossovers aren't as boring usually if they have a Specs Hyper. For example, in Shaman King they have part 1 and part 2. If you don't have burn, if you don't have disease clear, you're going to think that, oh, Shaman King part 1 is actually difficult because Moldora, or was it Groldola? I don't know. Basically the plant literally just diseases you at the end, and then if you take too long, right, like say you're playing Vox comms, you're thinking, ah, shit, it's too difficult, man, I can't heal. I mean, sorry, not Vox, Heart comms, if you don't have Mercel or Yakshitori, right? So at the same time, you need to create a difficult level where War God Fan needs to struggle. But to do that, you need to form multiple units, 6-star units, to make a team that you can try and test what comm works and what comm doesn't, right? So I don't think I'm kind of optimistic that I'm just thinking that they're releasing 6-star units as fast as possible so that when a 6-star difficulty level comes out, then people would find it challenging. where, oh, okay, now we need to team build, we need to play this properly. We also need some 5 stars that we could use right now, like say for example Draken gives 100% physical damage bonus with 100% of his health if he has it. So stuff like this, team building is very important. So right now they need to release units. The game isn't dead yet. I would say they just need to do a really good job on their level building in the future, because if they don't build the level properly, then it is as they say, the game is dead. Because what is the point of playing the game because I have these 6-star units that are literally one-shotting everything that is difficult for a 5-star unit but not difficult for a 6-star unit? All I need to do is just pity a 6-star unit now and I'll be set for the game for the rest of my life. Is that how it's gonna be? Hopefully not. The game is still intricate in a lot of levels. I just hope that they actually make a level that's actually difficult. That's all I can say. Moving on, I actually forgot to cover about this, but I'm gonna cover why Ultra Relic Empty Heart is important. So when I had to plan which Ultra Relics I was gonna do, I was actually thinking like, how was I gonna spend my potions? So I didn't want to crest because I feel like crest is useless except for nukers with art gauge up and equipment CT. You can grind, sure. You get like 10% extra for a 4 and 13% for a 4 plus. So that 3%, I'm not gonna debate with you on whether it's actually important or not. I think it is, but it takes a while, and it's not worth grinding all of your pots for that potential chance of getting that crest, especially if I'm running low, which is like what 300 pots right now, and I'm already buying stuff like the Grand Crystal Pass, which is already giving me potions. I'm doing my helper rewards, which is giving me 60 potions per crossover. So I'm not slacking on potions, but I just don't think it's an efficient way of using it. I think crest farming should be more of a shared effort where people come together and pull their pots together. So I decided that crest farming is probably not optimal usage of pots, and I think farming ultra relics is more important. Though it is also very uh worthless towards the 500 levels, because when you get to like the 1,000 point, the plus 1,000, right? You need like 10,000 runs. It's a 1% chance you actually level up. So you need like 100 runs to plus one, unless you get a actual dupe, like this one. So it's kind of worthless to grind, but for now it's okay. It's okay. I'm still in the 200s. So I needed to figure out which ultra relic I needed to grind, right? So I chose Empty Heart. I chose Terratus. I also chose Erase a Bit. Erase a Bit for magic nukes to give a bit more magic damage increase. Terratus because it's important in nukes that, for example, Redagni UR, they also want to nuke you, right? So by having Terratus, you get to tank whatever they have with limited defense slot, which is just Terratus, that one Terratus, like say Mikey runs Terratus, and you get to run every other nuke EQ in the game. Like you can run 2 Mikeys, 1 Draken, 1 Forte. You don't need to run more than 2 defensive slot EQs or healing EQs. So that's why Terratus is very important. So why is Empty Heart important? Because as you can see here, at the start, you get Art Gauge up, right? You get Art Gauge up, that's very important for, say, for example, Mako, because Mako can run it and can get boot started way faster. Mako is notoriously known for being slow, unless you're running, say, X-Gate, which is obviously not as important. It's better to have Goku uniform or Melty dress or AoE arts up. Arts gen EQ, basically, that's what I'm trying to say. So Heart Heart is a well-known combo for Mako because not only does Heart kickstart the farm faster with his Vertrag passive arts up, right? He also is the one typically to TA first to allow Mako to start up. And by having arts up on Mako, which is from Empty Heart, you essentially enable Mako to start up faster. Now, if we do some mathematics, right? So as you can see right now, my UR gives 15 up. That's 2 skills worth, because 1 skill is worth 8 arts. I'm not sure how many seconds is the cooldown, but it's very important for Saint Marco that needs to get started quick. So arts up is very important. Why is arts up important in this game? I'm not gonna teach you in this video. That's too long to cover. But another reason why empty heart is very important is because of the HP recovery amount. So if, for example, I'm using this in mines, I basically benefited because during the entire duration of the run, which is at least 40 seconds if you're running sustain, and a maximum of 180 seconds in mines, because each time you go beyond 180 seconds, which is 3 minutes, you essentially get wiped very quickly because you take too much damage. They just nuke you unless you're abusing time stop, shit like that. Which you're probably not, because you're using units that you think you were gonna clear by 3 minutes. So you probably need this empty heart because you need the art gauge up to get kickstarted faster, and you need the HP recovery to heal up and benefit from HP recovery. Now, why do you need extra HP recovery? Well, coming from experience, literally just playing mines, I swear to God, Teriodos is just one-shotting me. Uh, I had runs where like I would just go in. I see Teriodos in wave 1. I'd get one-shotted from 10.5k HP. And it's not even funny. I'm just thinking, oh shit, here we go again, and I just gotta restart. I just wasted 13 energy just like that. It feels so terrible. It really sucks. Well, that's pretty much why you should get empty heart though. Now to talk about our actual progress right now, we went from what 211. Now we're at 370. That's decent. Um, I'm hoping I could get like better than last time from Erase a bit. So it's like that last time it was 217 before editing, before recording, to 411 I think right now. So I'm hoping that with my 600 LB stones I can get like say 420. So I have 100 levels in passive, which is the power spike. It's a 101. Hoping once I get 101, I never did see a 101 passive, so I'm hoping to see what it does actually. I just heard it was a power spike, so I'm not sure if it's like a massive spike from 100 to 101. Okay, let's find out, right? 101 please. Okay, 2 here. Oh shit. Okay, 3 passive. There we go. Was it a jump? uh, I'm not sure about the HP recovery amount, but I was looking at the art gauge up amount and I don't see the art gauge moving, so I don't think it's a spike. I just think, I don't know, man. I probably need to rewatch the video honestly, but I didn't see a massive spike from my art gauge up or something. Wow, that's a +5. What a lucky day for me. Holy shit. I wonder how many I have left. Still got like 100 to go? Less than 100. Oh, why am I adding one? Oh my god, sorry. I'm out of touch. I actually haven't eaten lunch. I also have something to say actually. I completely forgot. So I actually recently landed an internship. So that means that I won't be able to play on my computer for the next 3 months because I'll be moving to another country to take the internship. So basically what I'm saying is I won't be on the computer, I won't be able to edit as much, nor will I be able to use, say, for example, BlueStacks or LD Player, which I'm using right now. So I'm expecting to take a bit more of a break and more of a laid back style when it comes to the game. So I'm not sure how I'll do in the game, but we'll see, right? Maybe I'll be more inactive, maybe I will play more because I'll be more on my phone. I don't know. Whoa. From Dude, I just noticed from 106, from 5 levels, I went up 1%. Well, to be specific, 0.9% of HP recovery up. The amount of duration of my empty heart is also increasing. If I'm not wrong, or am I dreaming? Yeah, it does. It does. It adds 1 second every passive level. So if we go like say a straight line, right, which obviously probably won't happen because of diminishing returns. If we go from a straight line and I increase say 50 more of these levels, do I get 50 seconds? So does that mean that 150 times 4, if at level 60, sorry, at level 600, does that mean that my empty heart lasts for the entire duration of mines? Ooh. Well, we're approaching the end. Wow. Okay. My honing is actually worse this time in comparison to empty heart. I mean, erase a bit. Oh my god. I'm tripping on my words, man. Holy shit, I haven't eaten. So my passive level is actually very lucky today because it's more than a quarter. But my ultimate leveling in terms of the actual relic itself is kind of unlucky. But the passive level is all that matters, so I'm pretty happy. Okay, here's the final four. I don't intend to use my actual dupes today. Wow, a +1. It's actually worse than my erase a bit. Holy shit. So we ended with 408 with 108 passive level. In the previous episode we used erase a bit. Okay, LD player got that. In the previous episode we went to 418, but our passive level wasn't good actually. It was only at 93. Whereas in comparison right now we have a passive level of 108 if I recall correctly. 108 was it? Yeah, 108. Oh well, see you in 6 weeks, Empty Heart. This week's gonna be Terratus, as you can see, so if you go to exploring, then you go to schedule, click all of these away, and just scroll down. Yep, Green Bird. I think it's Terratus, right? That's what it was called. So I'm just gonna grind this one. Just gonna reserve. Gonna grind this one. Hopefully I can pull out a third episode by the end of the week. But I probably won't grind as much because I'll be busy this weekend. So I'll try to get this to say 400, 500 hopefully if I'm less busy. But yep, I'll be grinding this and I'll release a third episode at the end of the week. Alright, I'll see you guys. Bye bye.